Hey, welcome to KEight Krafts. I'm Kate. Today we are just going to get right into the card because I've been sitting on this one for a while and I was going through some of my things and thought I probably should post this. So these little paw shaker bits are from Jamie, as well as this perfectly plaid mix. And Iggy and Scrappy, of course, sent me this awesome holographic paper, which I can't get enough of. And these guys I ordered directly from Heffy Doodle before they went out of business. That one's the Fancy Frames die and the Pretty Pawsome dies, as well as this stitched rounded circle, frame, no, panel, I don't know. I'll leave the link, or I'll leave the items I use in the description box below. So I've gone ahead and lined all of my bits up, and I'm just taping everybody down so that way I get a really nice and even cut. This Pretty Pawsome die is neat because it comes with this little paw and some other dies that you get with it, and it's just, I don't know, it's a really cute set. I know it says Woof, and you could use it for cats. I think that's why I initially got it, because I have cats and I'm part and partial to cats, but I wanted to make a dog card. I wanted to do something with this die set because I have been itching to do it. So the way I put everything on my card front was so that I was able to use all of the little bits and pieces that I could. We're going to throw some acetate on the back of this panel because this is going to be a bit of a shaker card with those shaker bits that I was sent in the mail. So once I've decided on how big I need it, I'm going to cut this down a little bit. I don't remember the measurements as this is off camera, and I'm gonna just kind of go ahead and trim everybody down here because I want to make sure that I've got the wolf covered and I've got that window covered. And I don't know. Shaker cards are always my go-to easy card. I don't know about you. They are a lot of fun. I do get a lot of tired. A lot of tired. I do get tired of making them, but for the most part, it's the easiest interactive card to make, I find anyway. So I just had to adjust my lighting there because I think I hit it or it was different. I don't know. I've got a couple of lighting fixtures above me that I use to add a little luminosity to my project because I don't have an actual window that I can sit next to get natural light. Unfortunately, that is the Nova window. She claims the front window of the house where all the light comes in the evening, so yeah, I have to use artificial light. So we're just going to go ahead and add a whole bunch of double-sided sticky tape here to the back side of our panel so that way we can go ahead and stick down all of that acetate and not have any gaps. This is a fairly simple card. I didn't end up like adding any critters or anything like that, any cutting and coloring kind of, or die cutting and coloring and all that stuff. This was just going to be, no, wait a minute. No, I don't know what I'm talking about. It's late and I'm tired, and I just finished editing another video for the Salty Cards, the Potty Mouth Salty Cards. No, wait, Salty Cards Potty Mouth Crafter Society. It's Inky and Scrappy's alternative channel, and I had a lot of fun putting a video up for their channel, and her channel, I should say. And yeah, it's out of my element. I did what I could, and I giggled a whole lot, and it was a lot of fun. So, if you follow me on social media, you'll have seen I had posted something about that recently. So if you haven't yet, make sure you head over to my social media. You can find KEight Krafts on Facebook as well as Instagram. I do hang out on Instagram quite a bit. So if you're on there and you're working on a fun project, go ahead and, send it. Show me what you're working on. I'm all about getting nerdy about crafty projects, and if you're really proud of something, I want to be really proud of it with you too. So, yeah, I'm constantly sending whips, works in process, works in process. Yes, I think. Progress. Oh my god, you guys. I am just toasted. Out of it. tired. This work week has been one Peter Pan of an adventure with Captain Hook and all the crocodiles, I tell ya. Anyway, so we're just gonna take some really sharp scissors and we're gonna round those corners. Um, I didn't want any of them poking out, and that's the only downside to having rounded corners is they don't quite fit the edges. So we've got that foam tape around the woof area, and we're adding in some of these shaker bits that I have from High Supply. And then in that bigger window, we are going to take some of Inky and Scrappy's little paw prints. I'm not sure where she got them, but they sure were staticky, and I edited it all out because I spent a good 20 minutes trying to get those off of my hands. They were all over the place. So to save myself some headache, I put a panel on the back of the holographic cardstock that I'm using, and then we're just going to take our negative and add our positive so we can glue that in there and it'll stick and look all nice and even. So you'll see here in a minute, I'm going to grab some glue and some sticky tape, and I am going to use that as a template to lay our little paw print down. So that way it's centered completely, and I like doing this kind of thing. You know, when you've got a cutout like this and you want to make sure that it's nice and even in center where you need it to be, just add the positive or the negative back in to add the positive to, I don't know if I'm making sense. I really don't feel like I'm making sense. It's past my bedtime. Always past my bedtime. I need a nap. So you can see here I've used my glue to line that up and then positive, negative, you know what I mean. Anyway, I'm tripping over myself here. So again, we are going with those O's and I want to put those little center pieces in so you see them a little better, and I want to make sure that they line up perfectly with the pattern paper as well. This pattern paper is that lawn fawn paper, and I'm very carefully going to peel up the O's. And yeah, insult to injury, I tell you folks. I ended up moving them around anyway and trying to get them lined up the best that I could, and I really didn't need those O's to begin with. So once we've got that down, we've added some glue to the back of our card panel, and we are going to glue that to our card base. And I think I'm going to add a little bit of embellishments because we've got those hearts there that were from the fancy frames cut out. And I mean, you could use these hearts too for a little bit of a shaker element as well. Or like I'm doing here, I'm going to use them as embellishments to kind of, you know, tie those corners into the pattern paper, the Perfectly Plaid Mix by Lon Fawn. So you can see here, I'm just adding little dollops of glue so I can go around and throw those hearts on. And because I liked that paw print so much, I decided to make a little shaker tag to go with it. I don't know. I think it's absolutely adorable. Especially with that holographic paper, I can't get enough of it. So there is the card itself. I love a good shaker card. And you can see how shiny that paper is. So a huge thank you to Jamie from Inky and Scrappy for sending me this. I really had a lot of fun playing with those shaker bits and the holographic paper. So if you made it this far, thanks for hanging out with me today. Take care.